Hi, I'm Bonnie Kimke. Welcome to my studio and welcome to Quilting on a Thread. Today I want to show you something that I've been doing with my Cutie Breeze. I have my little Rebel mounted and I switch back and forth between having the ruler base on the little Rebel. So if I'm not doing ruler work, I want to be right in there up close and personal to my sewing. It is not necessary to take the ruler base off. I just do it as a personal preference. So since I find myself taking the ruler base on and off, I find myself needing to move the rail back back to its original position and out to support the ruler base quite often. I don't like leaving it all the way out when I don't have the ruler base on because it's a lot of wasted space, if you will. In this instance, what I'm going to be doing is putting the ruler base on and extending the front rails out, and I'm going to do this without having to dismantle my entire setup. So you'll need the ruler base and you'll need a 2.5mm Allen wrench. This came with your Cutie Breeze frame. If you don't have the one that came with your Cutie Breeze frame and you're using the little Rebel will have a T-shaped Allen wrench, 2.5mm as well. You can certainly use that. As you can see, probably at the bottom of the screen here, you can see that I do have a quilt on the frame. I am hooped. I'm going to unhoop part of that quilt and make adjustments to my frame. So now I have you positioned above the frame, and we can see both edges of the frame, the front and the back of the frame. That's really all you need to see. So as you can tell, everything is hooped. So I'm going to take some of these clips off and I'm going to reposition the quilt, but I'm going to leave the back clipped in place. That way I don't have to try to reline my whole situation. So I've got all the clips off, and the next thing I'm going to do is move the machine forward because that's going to help me out here. And I'm going to fast forward this so you see me doing it, but I'm not going to talk through it. I'm going to be putting on my ruler base, so I have to remove my magnetic feeder plate. So the needle plate goes down there so I know where it is. I am not going to put the plate on yet because I want to move this bar forward. And that is where we need the elbow for. I'm going to be inserting a photo of where I'm doing this, but this top screw on all four of these, the top Allen wrench headed screw on all four of these uprights needs to be loosened and taken out. And we can do that without taking the frame apart. When I first started doing this, I was taking the frame apart every time, and it's rather annoying. So I take the first screw out. Here it is. I set it where I will not lose it. So now that all of the screws are out, all I need to do is go ahead and pull this frame forward to the last hole. And how I'm going to see that last hole is by looking in that screw hole until the hole appears on each one of these front uprights. That's not exactly the only thing I have to do. I do have to be able to fit the ruler base on. And so if you look here, I don't have enough room to put the ruler base on. So I'll move this forward a little bit more. And I'll test until I can be sure that I can get the ruler plate in there, the ruler base in there. And so this is just about, so just as it exits there is about the point at which I have the ability to get my ruler base in. I need to make sure my thread is out of the way on the spool, so the easiest way to do that is just cut it very short. Now, because these aren't secured in the very back, you want to be careful not to put any pressure on this front rail. So you just come in here with the ruler base, and you're looking to make sure that its little lip fits in the slide. And it can be a little interesting, but it should slip right in there. And then you just push it on the way back. And when you get to this point, you have to give it a little bit of a tap. And there you are in place. Come back with your, free your thread. And come back with your needle plate. Drop the needle plate in there. So now the ruler base is in place. So now we want to find where the holes are visible through the screw holes, and it's pretty easy. And once you get one visible, pop that screw in on the front. Make sure you can get both of them in. And go ahead and see if you can work the back ones in. They should just sit. Right now I'm just sitting them in. You want them to go in straight. So if they don't, rock your rail a little bit to get them in straight, and then just screw them down. And once you have everything hooped back up, you're ready to start quilting again. It just seems that this is so much faster for me. I can actually, had I not been recording, I can readjust the size of the hoop and install the ruler base all within 10 minutes. It's just that easy. Whereas when I was taking it all off, putting it all back on, it was annoying. I had to find a place where I could set everything out. This way, all I have to do is just boom, boom, a few adjustments, let's get going. And I find it a lot easier to do. I hope that you will also. Please join me again here on Quilting on a Thread. Bye-bye now.